So the next type of problem that I'm going to discuss is how to solve for the given variable when you have more than one term. So I'm going to underline my y because this is the variable that I need to isolate. In order for me to isolate that variable, first I need to get this term with the y in it by itself. Remember, terms are separated by pluses and minuses. So I need to get this entire term by itself before I can start talking about solving for the y in the term. First thing I need to do is undo this adding of 6x. One way you can think about it is that I'm looking at this 3y and what is happening to 3y. 3y is being, 6x is being added to this 3y. So then I need to subtract this 6x from both sides. When I do that, I end up with 3y is equal to 12 minus 6x. I cannot take 6x from 12. Why? Because they are not like terms. They don't both have an x, and they aren't both just whole numbers. So since they don't look the same, they don't have the same variable and exponent, then they are not the same. So then I can only just write it like this and leave it that way. I can't substitute anything for x because I don't know what x is, and it's not fair for me to guess. So now I have 3y is equal to 12 minus 6x. I'm going to divide both sides of my equation by 3. When I do that, I cross these out because that cancels and goes to 1. 3 divided by 3 is just 1y. And now I need to make sure that I either leave my answer like this or simplify further and divide all of my terms, one term, two terms, by 3. So 12 divided by 3 as well as 6x divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 gives me 4 minus, that minus stays there, 6x divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2, and I can't forget that x. This is my answer. I'm going to do one more problem like that one. I am going to solve this problem, 2x plus 8y equals 16. And this one I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to underline my x variable because that x is what I'm trying to isolate. We know in order to isolate that variable, first I need to isolate the term. Terms are separated by pluses and minuses. So what's happening to this term? 8y is being added to this 2x. So that's what's happening to 2x. So in order for me to undo that, my inverse operation of adding 8y is to subtract 8y. When I do that, I get 2x is equal to 16 minus 8y. Now that I've done that, I can start to isolate my variable, the x. Isolate means that I need to get it by itself. What's stopping x from being by itself? The 2. So that means what operation is this? This is multiplication. According to my order of operations, the inverse of multiplication is division. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. When I do that, x is equal to, remember I have to divide both of my terms by this 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8, minus 8 divided by 2 is 4, and I cannot forget my y. This is my answer. X is equal to 8 minus 4y. I can't subtract these two because they are not like terms. This one has a y and this one does not. They're not alike, so then I can't subtract it, and I am done.